What's up, my sword slicers? How you guys doing today? Of course, we're continuing on with our river tile exploration thing. We're gonna continue on upwards over here. Hopefully find a new chest or maybe a special mission or something cool pretty darn soon. Because this is getting kind of boring over here, man. So we got a pretty reasonably easy river tile over here. I think that's the main reason why it's kind of boring, is because all the river tiles are sort of similar. Now this one's actually sort of difficult. We've been playing a lot of those swirly whirly gumdrop levels, but not no more, baby. Not no more. So I accidentally got some cuddly bears over here. 170 lives now. Nice. On top of that, though, I will be getting at least 1 to 2 banana farms to start off my game. And a buccaneer. Alright, this is the way I want to start off. Alright, let's go. So today I actually wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what kind of videos you want to see. So basically, what I like to do is I like to make like a fancy video every once in a while, right? Random mod series I don't really consider fancy that much, but I've done a couple videos in the past, like Bush Monster and some of my animated random mod series videos and things like that. Oh my god, guys, oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. So this one's even tougher than I thought. Like, I thought we were going to be able to, like, easily no less lost level 1. Guess not. So I was thinking about it a little bit, and I just want to get you guys' input. If you have any other like really cool ideas that you want to see, I was thinking about maybe doing like a BLoons in real life video, or something like I have a lot of ideas that I just never really followed through on, and I just want to know what I only can really have time to be like what. You know, I would love to just make every single one all the time. The real biggest problem is that I don't really have any friends in real life that kind of share my my like for making videos or being in videos. In fact, some of my friends are teachers, so they really don't want to be in my videos on purpose because they think that their students might end up seeing it, and that usually leads to, it's not like the videos are all that bad that I make, but just seeing me in there, like, kind of just association is just sort of weird, I guess. So I guess they don't really want to do that. So it's tough for me to make any sort of videos with a lot of people. Usually I have to make videos with just me being like the solo character. Maybe my girlfriend can be the camera woman or something like that. I don't know, man. But I had an idea for like BLoons in real life, which has been sort of a common thing. People have done that a lot in the past. I don't really want to be considered a copier. It's sort of a common idea, I would say. Anyways, what I need to do, though, is I need to start spamming these boats over here, guys. We might even have to fight a buccaneer on this next, not a buccaneer, a Moab on this next level. So if that ends up happening, I'm just going to sell at least 1 or 2 banana farms and just spam boats. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we won't have to fight a Moab on this level. Just 1 more round is all I need, and then I'll be okay. So another grape shot boat. I think we're going to go for all 7 of our boats. That's all we have right now, is just 7 boats. I might end up building all of my buildings so I can build all my boats, though. There's a couple of them that I really want to get more of. I mean, I only have 1 wizard at this point. It's not like the wizards are super duper important or anything like that, but every once in a while I'm like, I'm going to spam a couple wizards over here, and then I just can't do it. So here we go. We need to get a mortar as well. Here we go. Mortar time. I'm glad I had enough money for that bad boy. Selling banana farms for some lead popping power is probably some of the worst things you can do. So here we go, guys. It's Moab time. So we got an extra boat over here. I really am hoping that I can get enough money for a birdie stuff mortar. It looks like it's probably not going to happen. So I think I'm going to road spike a couple of these ceramics right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I road spike the ceramics because that's like the biggest problem for me. So my mortar can actually do more damage now. With the combination of the rest of my guys, it looks like we will end up killing most of them. Hopefully the spike factory will clean up the rest. And he does. She does. My spike factory is a female, officially, if you wanted to know. But I also I had this other idea that I really wanted to do a long time ago, of a sort of like a dark film, just talking about like how the BLoons attacked me or whatnot. I don't know. What, give me some ideas on what you guys would like to see. If you guys like the really dark stuff, the sort of funny stuff, or the sort of realistic stuff, what do you guys want to see as far as special videos are concerned. So, like, also another video that I had was I really wanted to do this scale video. A completely non-balloons related. I know that I do post it, I will probably post it on this channel, even though people get upset by that for some odd reason. Even though I put lots and lots of work and effort into videos, people still tend to complain that it's not the exact video that I wanted to watch. But, even so, I still want to do it. Actually, me and my sister actually wrote the script for it, and then I never ended up acting it out. So I have the script all ready to go and everything, and it's just kind of, will I actually have time or want to make it? But just to give you guys a quick synopsis, I suppose. I know I'm using fancy words over here, man. Synopsis. Can't remember the last time I used that. It's about a scale that basically makes fun of you. I don't know if that's been done before. I've never seen anybody do that before, so we're going to go for a destroyer at this point. If I can get the money for it. Looks like we're not going to get the money for it, so it's going to be a lot about this Bernie stuff right here. Alright, this is going to be tough right here, guys. This is going to be real tough. Come on, little buddies. You can do it. You can do it. And with the Spike Factory to save our lives, we do end up losing only just a few little baby lives over there. Alright. So, do we want to be really greedy right now, guys? I mean, sure, why not? I'll be a little greedy. We defeated 2 mobs with only losing a few lives. As long as I micro a tiny bit, I should be able to take them all down. And we're going to get our destroyer now. $3,000. Or $2,000, excuse me, to get this bad boy. Ah, it's like, seriously, like, right when I get just enough money, they take it away from me by making me buy other things. But with the mortar now we got the left side of the mortar. He's actually really freaking good. You don't realize how good he is. Now that I got this destroyer, though, I can just pop him on strong. I'll give him some cam detection as well, and we're going to keep on banana farming. Now, this is the point where I can just banana farm like crazy, usually. It's not BFB territory yet. Usually 13, 14, 15 is BFB territory. Usually not until 15, though. And even 1 or 2, 3 Moabs is like, who cares, man? I'll just micro around it, use a couple road spikes, whatever. It's worth it to just kind of invest all of my buddies into banana farms. So recently, my friends were talking about, so this is something that I never thought I would talk about ever in one of my videos, but I'm going to talk about it really quick. I'm getting to that age. It's kind of weird. So also, so I just sort of joined Reddit maybe like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. Like, I started looking at it, but I got a little bit more into it over time, and now I read Reddit just about every morning just to kind of see what's going on in the world and whatnot. So I ended up reading up on, so my friends were talking, so yeah, there's a lot of things going on. My friends were talking about how they just opened up the retirement fund, because it's through their job. Their job makes them have a retirement fund, and now they have a retirement fund. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then my girlfriend's also like, oh, I have a retirement fund. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. I should probably plan for that. So it's weird. It's really weird for me to think about that, because, oh, dude. Oh, my gosh. There's a lot of blues. We're going to have to get a boomerang over here. We're going to go for a 2-3 first. And then also, if a 3-0, if I can afford it, just to get some extra popping power in here. Use my mortar. Come on, little buddies. Come on, little buddies. With the Bernie stuff and everything on top of each other. Will we be able to take them all down? It looks like we will not. I'm going to spam some road spikes as well. Whoa, 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 baby. Oh, my God. And we do. We magically take them all down. Now, we've got 4 third-tier banana farms. So, obviously, a lot of money's flowing in our pockets right now. A lot of money. Let's also, let's get our destroyers up. I think that's the main thing we need to do, is just focus on destroyers. Good for Moabs, good for balloons as well. Why not? Actually, I shouldn't say good. It's okay against balloons, mostly because we're spending so much freaking money that they end up being good eventually when you get that many of them. So there's 4 destroyers. We're going to get all the way up to 7 destroyers, I think. It's just kind of what I like to do on my river tiles. 7 destroyers. It's just kind of cool to have, kind of fun to have, and fairly good to have. So my friends were talking about the retirement funds and everything, and I'm like, ooh, I'm a little bit jealous, guys. I don't have a retirement fund. I have no idea what's going to happen. So the main reason why it's so weird for me is because thinking about what's going to happen on YouTube in like 30 years is kind of really, really crazy to think about. At my first thought, when I was really, really young and naive, was, oh, maybe YouTube, even if I stop making videos, YouTube will still make me money as I'm older. And then I'm like, wait, Let's think about this. Will YouTube actually be around in 30 years? I mean, YouTube only got started 12 years ago in 2005. It didn't even become popular or monetized until like 2009 or 10. So, like, it's kind of ridiculous to think about how fast technology is changing. And I really don't think, even though this sounds weird, that YouTube will exist in maybe 30 years. Well, maybe there'll be some new, better technology, and people will kind of flock to that. So it is weird to think about. We need another mortar. We need a right-sided mortar this time for our camo detection. I could easily use this little anti-camo dust button over there, but I don't really like to do that. It's not my style, bro. It's not my style. So we got another destroyer. Oops, I got the wrong side. Pooh. We'll keep him. I'll go for a destroyer over here instead. And then, I think, actually, believe it or not, we're going to go for a quick, it's going to be kind of goofy right here. I'm going to go for a spike factory here, here, and here. Now, these three are going to be my Moab popping power spike factories, and that might sound kind of weird. But the reason why I want to do that is because I think I'm going to put a big one over here to pop all the balloons, and then let the Moab balloons that are kind of sneaking through get popped by the spike factory. Might sound goofy, probably is a little bit goofy, but I think it'll end up working out in our favor. Plus, it gives me some time to kind of build up some spikes instead of putting them all the way up in the front. So yeah, it's really weird to think about that. Will YouTube end up making me any money as I get older in life? Like, probably not. I definitely don't want to bank on that, so I'm like, alright, I definitely have to get a retirement fund. So, thinking about retirement funds was ended up being really, really ridiculous. Most people, what they do is they go through their employer, and they get a 401k, and they, basically just automatically get money taken out of their paycheck that goes into this gigantic fund, and then they basically make money. So this is the weird thing. This is the weird thing that I'm talking about when it comes to Reddit. All right. So Reddit, there's this thread called, or this subreddit called, like financial advice or something like that, and people talk about retirement funds a lot. And one of the things that they did was they showed this really cool graph where they said if you put $5,500 in every year, which is a very specific number that the government basically only allows you to put in your specific retirement fund every year, if you put that in every single year, you end up with from 25 to 35 years old. By the time you retire at like 65 or whatever, it turned into that $55,000 investment has turned into $655,000. So, I mean, that's a big chunk of money. $55,000 turning into $650,000. What? But then they were talking about what if you do it from 35 to 45. Oh, now this is where it gets a little bit interesting, right? And then it was down to like $240,000, something like that. I'm like, oh my god, dude, that is ridiculous. So I need to freaking hop on this, man. You don't realize time is your best friend. The earlier you get it in there, man, the better it becomes. So me, when I was growing up, I ended up having a bank. Now, you guys, for a lot of younger viewers out there, you might kind of understand this a little bit. So, what do I even have over here? Oh, that's why. Okay, so I got the red hot spikes, but I didn't have the right-sided upgrade yet. What do we want to spend our money on? I think we're going to have to go for... Let's go for the big one next. The big one is definitely going to be key. I might even go for an Arctic Wind as well. Especially if we sell our banana farms. But the big one, I mean, he's pretty important, man. He's worth, he's only $10,000, and he gets a lot of extra pops. It's like 1,000 pops per shot or whatnot at max. That's a good amount of pops, if you ask me. So when I was growing up, my dad ended up making me a bank account. And he put like $100 in my bank account, and he asked me, like, every time it was my birthday, he's like, do you want to put any more money in your bank account? I'd be like, sure, why not? Now, as a child, my dad, like, really talked me into it. He's like, you should put all your money in your bank account. Blah, blah, blah. It's really cool. If you put money in your bank account, it makes money. And I'm like, whoa, you give money and it makes money? Obviously, I didn't understand inflation or anything like that back in the day. And in fact, I probably should have just spent all of my money that I earned as a kid on toys and fun things and cool things for me as a child, because that's like the best time of your life, right? Yeah, well, I didn't do that. My dad talked me into putting all my money in my bank account. And it was kind of cool because, like, as I was growing up, I was like, oh, I went from, like, $100, then I would slowly put in, like, $50 there out of my birthday and, like, $50 here and blah, blah, blah. And over the course of 12, 15 years, I ended up having like $2,000 in my bank account. It's depends how you think about money. That's sort of a lot of money, but over the course of 10 to 12 years, I really did not put a lot of money in there. And as a kid, $2,000 over the course of 12 years, just spending that over time is actually a lot better, I would say. You know, getting a toy here, a toy there, a video game here, whatnot. I think that's a lot more efficient way to spend your money. Anyways, I had like $2,000 when I was, the time I was like 18. And my dad would show me the bank account card, and he would show me all the interest that I'm getting. So this was the really cool part. I was like, oh my god, they're giving me money? So like, just by having like $1,000, they would like every single like 3 months or whatnot, every single quarter, I would say, they would give me like $7 interest, $10 interest, $5 interest. And I was like, this is really cool. Just by having money, I get money. Realistically, through inflation, I was probably losing money because banks don't give very much interest. But back in the day, 12, 15 years ago, before the gigantic collapse of everything, banks were giving a lot more interest, like usually percent interest, not like 0.00001% interest. I don't know how they get away with it these days, just giving away like 0.001% interest. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to go for some dartling guns. That's kind of my like go-to tower when I have a lot of money. I just spam a couple laser cannons and whatnot. Alright, I think that's good enough. We're just going to pop our laser cannons here. We got another 7 rounds to go, and I think we should be pretty much set. So let's also pop this mortar up here so we can get rid of our lead balloons faster, and kind of just hope for the best, I guess. Also, I did not get my Arctic wind yet, so that's kind of an important note to say. Just in case something crazy happens, the balloons are going to leak all the way down there. I'll probably sell a laser cannon, pop the Arctic wind in. So here we go. We got our first, oh my god. How are we going to deal with this guy? Let's see. You know, I'm kind of sad, actually, that my spike factories are so low in the game. Here we go. Big group of Moabs. We destroy them pretty reasonably easily. But now this, oh my god, he's tanky. And we got a oh my god on top of a bunch of balloons, baby. Oh my god. So let's start upgrading this guy. Let's see. Alright, so they just run right through my road spikes and everything, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. The oh my god is officially popped. There's a lot of balloons. This is crazy. Oh my god, these river tiles get redonkulous really, really quickly. So we can afford the Arctic wind already. So we got a lot of money for this guy. It actually went out pretty well, I would say. Pretty delicious. But anyways, so I thought that was the coolest thing ever that I was growing up. And then once I finally turned 18, when I finally turned 16, when I finally got my license, I got my first car. And I ended up getting it from my brother for $500, and I was like, bam. 1/4 of my account that I saved up my entire life is gone. And that was cool and everything. You know, I got a car for only $500. Usually cars are a lot more expensive than that. It was a pretty crappy car. It only lasted me about a year. And I say lasted me because the brake line ended up breaking on it. Yeah, not joking. During the middle of a drive, the brake line broke. I didn't get in an accident, surprisingly. And I ended up driving home with a broken brake line, believe it or not. Driving very, very carefully because I didn't have a cell phone at that point in my life. And I didn't know what to do. So I just drove home very, very carefully. I was only about a mile and a half away from my house, so that was why I ended up driving there. And I drove very carefully. And when your brake line's broken, brake line is broken. Yes, we're gonna go with that. You don't realize it, but you can actually still brake a little bit. So like if I push down all the way down to the pedal to the floor, and yeah, pedal did go all the way down to the floor, you would still brake. I don't know, I would say that you probably brake about 10 times as slow, but you can still brake extra beyond what the car is actually getting, like, slowly brought down by gravity and friction and stuff. So, yeah, anyways, that car died pretty reasonably quickly, I would say, you know, in about a year, maybe a year and a half or whatnot. So I had to buy another car. And this time I was like, you know what, I don't really want to have to buy a car every single year and have it get in accidents and have myself break my brake lines and everything. So my parents ended up talking me into getting a used car for $14,000. So $14,000, man. So my bank account that I saved up for my entirety of my life, $2,000 compared to $14,000. It was just poof, gone. My entire bank account gone, and on top of that, I still owed another $12,000. So, basically, I spent my entire college career, my entire high school and college career, slowly repaying my debt from working at the garden center. Took me all the way until the point where I was leaving for college to repay just my car. As ridiculous as that sounds, I earned about $12,000. extra beyond what like normally cost me things. And I was not very frivolous at all. I bought what I needed, and that's it. I bought McDonald's every once in a while, and that was it. And with basically the way I pay for McDonald's is I got tips every once in a while, and if I got enough tips, I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna buy McDonald's today, yay! But anyways, so I guess if I had any advice, if you're a youngin, if you're under 18, don't worry about saving money too much. Spend it. I mean, no, don't be crazy and just spend money like crazy and just use it all up really quickly. But if you have something that you want, and you have enough money for it, I would just say go get it. But as you get older, especially after you get a job, you definitely need to start putting money away for your retirement fund. You're going to enjoy it a lot once you end up retiring, because that small amount of money right now is going to mean a lot later. The problem is right now the economy kind of sucks. It sucked for me, right? So I bought my $14,000 car, and then literally the next year the economy collapsed. I could have got the exact same car for $10,000. It would have been if not less. It would have been $4,000 cheaper to get it if I just waited another few months. So it's just very, very bad timing. Basically wasted $4,000, and that was like, that's me. $4,000. It takes me several months to earn that, especially back in the day. So it was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. It was kind of ridiculous. Anyways, we're still struggling a lot right now. We got the Zone. We got on top of a bunch of group moabs right here. The big one is doing a good job and everything, but it's still struggling. I feel like our spike factories are really like doing the damage here. I don't even know how. They're just doing mega damage. So yes, I just put a bunch of money in my, at least as much money as I can, into my retirement fund, and hopefully I can keep that up for the next 10 years, and then I'll roll in my $650,000 once I turn 65. Interesting to think about. So I also know, just because we're talking about money a little bit, people wanted to know what was going on with the whole YouTube ad thing that's going on right now, and how YouTubers are kind of struggling and everything. And I will talk about that. I'll probably talk about it in a battles video or whatnot. I'll let you guys know what's going on with me and kind of my opinion on everything. I know people love to hear about those things, so I'll try and get that up for you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Alright, so big group of mobs again, man. Holy crap. So, I feel like I said, actually, I think it's the Arctic Wind. I kept thinking the spike factories were what was really winning me the game right there. It wasn't. It was the Arctic Wind. The Arctic Wind was obviously a really good tower right there. If you guys have any other things that you would like me to talk about, I randomly just chat about things during BLoons Monkey City usually, just random life lessons, random things that have happened to me in my life and all that stuff. I get on tangents, and just tangents lead to tangents, which lead to other tangents, and eventually we're done with the video. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Just about done with the video. I think I'm going to follow the river for a few more tiles, and if we don't find anything cool, I'm probably going to go back and play a lot of other cooler, more fun tiles. So here we go. I'm going to upgrade my banana bank, my monkey bank. It's going to take a little while, but I do want to play, I do want to get to this volcano tile over here, and I think it'd be kind of fun to try and find some snow. We haven't found any snow in the entirety of our existence so far. So maybe just kind of stretching out in a nice little tentacle will actually be kind of fun to do. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you press that like button for me. Obviously, I appreciate that a bunch. And have a super duper delicious day.